Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Angela, how are you all doing today? Well, today I am sitting at the crafting retreat with Rach and Bella and everybody there, so very warm welcome to all of you over there, and I'm sure I'm relaxing and having a wonderful time. So I have recorded this on the weekend just so that I could get this project out to you. So I hope that you're excited to join along with me. Now, today's project was actually inspired by Ronnie from one of the ladies from Rachel's retreats, and I received a little happy mail from Ronnie, and that I have used as a base for an inspiration for what I've made today. So thank you, Ronnie, for inspiring me with that. Right, so this is what I've made. I've made this little, it's like a double tag, and I've added some extra little bits and pieces, but that's really what it looks like a tag, a double tag really. And this is the front, and I have stuck on a little flower and some lace and stuff and goodies. Made this like a little side pocket, put in one of my little what do you call these, sentiment cards. That's it there. That's my little flower. Add a little tab just to the top there, just so I can add some ribbon. I've added some paper there. I've used craft card, so a sheet of this. All right, and on the inside I have stuck in one of the little notepads like Ronnie had on hers. I love these because it gives you the opportunity to write messages and things. I've just stenciled on the inside here and stamped. And then I've done this, which is different to what Ronnie did, but I made this into a little booklet as well. So I've just put in a couple of sheets of paper, I think 4, to make a little notebook. And I'll show you how I'm going to put this into my journal signature so you'll understand where I'm going with it. So you've got lots and lots of journaling space in there. All right, on the back sort of tag cover, I've just put in a pocket 2 pieces of ephemera from my Busy Bee kit. Again, stenciling and stamping. And then on the back here, I have just put a little tuck spot with one of those sentiment cards. Added some lace, a little bit of a fussy cut there, and one of the postcards, which I've just added a little floral eyelet in like that. All right, so that's what I have done. I love it. I think these would make great happy mails. I think you could use this as a first attempt. If you're new to journaling, this would be a perfect project to have a go at. It's small, it's something you can do in a couple of hours, and really a good start for somebody who's new to this. But again, if you're one of us that's seasoned in these things, then this is also a great one to add to your larger journals. So this is one of the signatures from my Busy Bee journal, and what I thought I would do is put it into this journal, which is coming along beautifully. Now, I've got a tea stained page here just after this book page, and I thought this is perfect. So I've done some stenciling here with my honeycomb stencil. I'm going to get the middle of this little notelet book, and I'm going to drape it over the side like that. It's not too chunky. I thought that's a perfect spot. If you line it up with the top here, I mean, I actually wouldn't worry about putting anything in here to close it, because everything, when you have it together and in your cover, is going to keep it in place. But if you do want to secure it, then just take a large paper clip, you know, something like this. I'd get it to the top there. You could put it over the middle, but I thought if you go to the middle here, go halfway to that paper and then tuck it in there, that's going to make sure it doesn't come out. All right, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as it is and just let it drape over the page like that. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so that one's going to go in there. Right, and I'll do the same on one of the other tea stain pages in the other signature, and that one we're going to make together. All right, so let me just grab that out of there for the moment so I remember what I'm doing, and make a start. Right, so the first thing you need is a piece of card. This is craft stock. It's about 60 pound weight or 160 GSM. anything around there that's not just A4, I mean, sorry, not just a copier weight, you know, like 28 pound or 80 grams, you know, you want something at least double that thickness, so that it's sturdy, because these are effectively like covers. If you haven't got anything, it's not the end of the world. We are sticking other paper on. That will thicken it up a bit. Okay, so this is craft stock, but any card you have, even if it's cream or anything like that. Even if it's cereal box, you can cover all the sides if you would prefer. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this down. So I'm just grabbing my ruler here. I have gone with 10 by 7 inches. Okay, so let's do that, and I'll tell you what 10 by 7 is in a minute. So I'm going to just go to the 10-inch mark here. There we go. Cut that off and keep it, you never know. And then you want to go with 7 inches. 7 inches in width. Right, so you could do this any size you like. You could make them smaller to go into pockets. You could make them bigger, or whatever, as like a little journal on its own. All right, so that's what we've got. Now what you want to do is just meet up the corners, fold it in half. Right, so just meet those up. Simple as that. All right. Now, what I would suggest is, with the bit that you cut off, is to make a little template for yourself. I did this for myself, and just cut off the corner that you want to cut off, that's going to form these. All right, so this way it makes sure that you get it the same on both sides. So I'm just lining it up with the edge there and the edge there, like that. Okay, and then just draw that there, and then just flip it over. I'm sure you guys know how to do this, but I do love a template for everything. Like that. Okay, you just need to do it on the front. We've got these folded together, so we're going to cut them together. Okay, so then just cut where you've drawn, and there's your base. Base is done. How simple was that? All right. So yeah, it's always good to have these so that you get exactly the same there, because otherwise you end up cutting and cutting and cutting, and it can become very small with all the cutting. Okay, so that's what you've got now. Okay, now just so that you know, this bit here I cut slightly smaller than this. All right, and the way I did that was put a sheet of paper just to measure how high I needed it. So I think it was 6.5 inches then, but I would just place it. So when you have a look here, you can see it's just 1/4 of an inch, or even 1/8 of an inch smaller on all sides. Okay, what I did was I folded 4 sheets of paper in half, and I interleaved them like this before I cut them. All right, so I had them all together like that, and then once I'd measured what I needed, I chopped it off like this, because these, when you interleave them, they slightly go wider and wider out. That way they all line up. All right, and then you can see where you'll be able to see where you need to cut that. I put it in like this. I measured up the edges there, and then I just drew 1/8 of an inch lower just to get that all right. Okay, so that's how I did that. All right, so we've got that sorted. Now all you want to do is start putting on the different layers. So the first one we're going to do is, I've cut this out, and again it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than all the sides, and you want to just get that down. So let's stick that down. And as I say, this is a really easy one. You can cut a template for yourself if that helps, if you want to make this as a mass make before you decorate it, and you just want to stick scraps on each side, and you don't have to decorate it until you use it, but you know, this would be fun to do and a great way to use up bits and pieces. Right, so here's the first one. I'm just lining that up there like that. There we go. Give it a nice press. let's stick the back one on while we're at it. This one I'm going with this, where this one I went with the pink. That one, the front's the same on both. Okay, but you can do whatever you have, guys. That's the beauty of these. You can do it in any way. You can even make a collage on these pages. I think to use up scrappy bits, that would be great. Again, this could be a birthday card for somebody. You don't have to put the booklet thing in if you don't want to. So as I was saying, if you used a cereal box, you could then cover those as well if you wanted to, even if it's with tea stain paper, you know, or that cream lace paper that I like to use so much of. Right, the next thing I did was I cut out this piece from my ephemera, and there are two of them, so there's that one and this one. And I've taken one of my tabs, folded it in half, put a little eyelet in there. And I'm going to just put some glue on this. This is where the ribbon bit goes. So we just need to ascertain the center. So I'm just getting my eye in there. It's there. So that's where my eyelet needs to go to. There we go. So give that a press. All right. Now this is going to be a pocket. So on this side. So you don't want glue there. So let's just get some glue over here. Don't make it too thick, otherwise your journal card won't fit in. Right, you want to get that about here. There we go. Oh, my tummy's rumbling, I don't know why. Okay, there we go. So there's that. Right, then I went and took those little bits as well from my ephemera. This one's the worker bee, that one's the drone. I think I've got the queen bee as well, which I might have used already. I do like these. All right, so we'll get that over here. And then I had the nectar word. These are all, again, from the Fussy Cut Sentiments ephemera goodie. This kit had an all-in-one option, so you got all these bits in the same kit. Right, let's get that just over there. There we go. Right, so that's coming along nicely. Let's stick on the back. So the back's really easy. We want to, we'll have to, I'm going to put this on the back. And then I had a different card for the front. So we've got this one. All right. So I'll have to put the lace on first. This is just going to slide in there like that. Okay. Now at this point, it's when I put on the lace. So you want to just open that up completely and stick on the lace. So I'm going to go with the green this time. And we are going to, let's just see, we want to get it like this. Yeah, be mindful. I think with the other one I used my pencil just to mark where I need to put it, because that you always forget that when you've got the glue down, don't you? So I'm going to go like this, and I'm mindful of that because of I need as much height here as possible. There's always it's always handy when you've made one already to know what the pitfalls are. So that's where I'm going to go. So I'm just marking here quickly where the bottom of the lace needs to go. Right, so now we can take our fabric glue and just get some glue. Looking for those little markings, and we can go straight across like that. And again, you can always use your ruler just to line it up if you're not sure if it's straight, but it looks all right for me there. Right, so you can trim that off. There's not much to trim on that side, just a little bit on this side. Right, so while that's drying, we are going to place this over here like that. Okay, and this one's also got a postcard. like this. And you just, why I say that is you're going to be gluing, so you want to be mindful of, I'm going to just lap that over slightly just so that there's plenty space at the top there. And again, I'm going to just take my pencil so I know where to place it. All right, and then again you want to just line that up there and then get it onto the little marks that you make. If you make the marks beforehand, then there's no worrying or panicking, in my case, where they need to go. All right, so we've got that there. We've got our little flower to go on, so that's going to go on just over there like that. Yeah, I've had I'm very excited for the Rachel's retreat. I've got a workshop that I'm giving there, along with some other ladies as well, and it's fun because we all know each other, so it's the same ladies that turn up. So yeah, it's going to be absolute bliss. My shop will still be open, everything will be open on my website, but I will only be posting next on Friday, this coming Friday. So what is that, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, Friday the 6th of June, I think it is. All right, so by the time I leave, then everything that was in my shop over the weekend should be posted Monday morning. I'll try and get there early so that I can do that, and then the Friday, so not too bad. Right, this is going to slide in over here like that. All right, I'm going to leave that out for the moment just because the glue is still wet. Right, let's go back to, where do I need to be now? The front. What am I missing? We'll come back and put our flower on. Our flower is the pink, the yellow, and the other. That's going to go just over there, but I'll come back to that, I think. So everything on the front is done. Let's turn to the inside now. We've got this, so that's all the things that need to do. Right, now I've got this little fussy cut flower, if I can pick it up. I've got a strip of paper like this. This piece of paper is 3 3/4 inches by 2 inches. 2 inches this way, 5 centimeters, 3 3/4 inches that way, which is 9.5 centimeters. All right, I've just folded that in half. It matches that back paper, and I've taken some notelets that I had again, which are great. I have stitched them over there only because I was stitching, but you can just glue them together. I think I've got 5 little sheets of tea stain paper here, and I'm going to just get that glued on the top. All right, so I'm going to do it with this, it's easier. All right, so we're going to put some Fabri-Tac all over that one, and then here on the sides like that. Right, so let's get that on over here. So we'll go like this. I'm not going all the way up. Right, press that, and then we'll stick that one down. Now you can put lace on here if you want, but I'm not. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this little flower there. So and there's a little bee in that flower. Okay, so now we're going to put some stenciling on there in a minute, but let's just finish here. Now I did have, this was from the stamps that I showed you when I was doing this, and don't laugh at the way I'm going to do this. I'm too lazy to go and get my other strip out, and I don't think this one, it's not too bad. I've got a larger one, but I'm lazy. So I'm going to get a bit of this on here, and I'm just going to use this bundled sage, nothing fancy. So I'm just going to press that there. And then I'm going to just get that on the bottom. There we go. How cute is that? The other one I did put a bee on, but I think the bee was too big. but we'll give it a go. Probably got the B in the wrong place. What did I do? Oh, here's the B here. All right. So we've got this little B. I've used this B a lot. I used to have a smaller one, but I can't find it. And I'm just going to put fossilized amber on it. Let's just see now. We'll have it here. Okay, there we go. All right. So that's drying and that's going to go there. Right. So I'm going to just take this stencil. We're going to use a little bit more of the fossilized amber. I do love a stencil. And I'm going to just put some ink here. Oh, it's very light. We need a bit more, I think. And then just a little bit over here. All right, not too fancy. And then I did actually use my field note stamps. So that's these. And all I did was I took one of these specimen ones. I think it's this one, but I'm going to just change it up and go with this one. I've got this old frayed burlap, which I don't use much. Just wanted to get some kind of contrast. So there's the one. And then I thought I would we'll have another pollinator. We'll have the butterfly. And we'll do that one just over there. Okay. I'll clean up all of that in a minute. So that's all I've done for those. But as I said, if you don't like that, you can always put paper on there, which is absolutely fine. Okay. While I'm waiting for all of that to dry, I did put a little pocket in this one. That was one of the pockets from the add-on kit. I didn't have another one, so I used that one to trace this one. Okay, and I've done this one in green. I think I've inked all of that, yes. Okay. So this one I've just used, I made a template with the yellow one there. Oops, I've already forgotten something. You see, talking too much. Again, taken a strip of this B page as washi, which has really been working well. I love it. And we are going to get that stuck on here. All right, so let's just try and centralize it a little bit. Yeah. Abby's fast asleep next to me. She's going to be looked after by my children, so knowing how they are with my son, the dog will be half its weight by the time I get back with all the walking he does. So yeah, I mean, I walk a lot, but he walks even more. So I bet you she'll have a ball. Right, so there we go. We'll get that over there. Just one of the fussy cuts. And we'll put that over there. Yes, with me being away, I doubt that I'm going to have time to do a video for Friday, so do forgive me for that. But I'll make it up to you guys, don't worry. Okay, so we've got that there. And now we want to stick this on. So just really easy, you just want to stick some glue on this bit. All right, just line it up where you want it first of all. Okay, and then press this bit down. Okay, so we've got your little bit there. I think that's everything. Okay, so we can stick in our postcard there, which is perfect. That looks lovely. We've got two little bits of ephemera to go in here. So I've got this one and this one. There you've got your little notepad, and over here you've got your little goodie. And then before I stick on the flower, I'm going to just take my little booklet here, and we are going to sew it in quickly. So let's just line that up quickly. Let's just check, is that all right? Yeah, I've got it in the right spot. And then it's just a case of using some clips. Okay, you got your little piece of sponge. I like to use a piece of sponge, and then my pokey tool. So I'm going to just do 5-hole pamphlet stitch, so hole in the middle. I'm gauging the distances here, just winging it. There you go. Don't overthink it, guys, just do it, as Nike says. Yeah, just do it. Right, use this clip just to grip that there, through the middle. All right, take off your clips. There we go. There we go. And then all we want to do is stick on our little flower. Right, so just be mindful of the edge there, otherwise you won't get your card out. So we live and learn. So be mindful of the edge there. So I'm going to just put it here. Our little project for today. Thank you, Ronnie, again for your inspiration. Let me know what you think, Ronnie, in person. So there we go. How cute is that? Yeah, I think these would make great happy mails for someone. And of course, we're going to put 2 of these into our journals. While I'm waiting, let's just find the spot for the second one. So here's the second signature, and I'm just looking for a tea stain page, which is here. So again, after the altered book page, and I will stencil on there probably. So in exactly the same spot, I'll put the other one in there. All right, so I'll leave that open so I can stencil over there. Right, guys, that's our project for today. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, the next postal run that I'm doing will be this Friday, the 6th of June. I think it's the 6th. Yeah. And take good care of yourselves. I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching. And please leave a comment if you'd like to leave me one. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.